Hello, Hilltop. It's Mr. Amici again. And it's a terrific Tuesday for some PE. Are you ready to learn with a new piece of equipment today? All right, me too. What I'm holding here is a weighted barbell. So a weighted barbell is a piece of exercise equipment that you use and hold with both of your hands at the same time. Think back to when we would do our dumbbell exercises where you held one piece of equipment in each hand, whether that was hand weights or cans of soup or toys or maybe some pieces of wood. This is a piece of exercise equipment where it's one piece of equipment that you use both hands with at the same time. It's a barbell. Now this is a metal barbell with some weights on it. You might not have these at home, and that's okay. The weights are mostly for adults. So I'm going to go through some equipment that you might have at home that's very similar to our weighted barbell. Some of those pieces of equipment that you could use today would include a paper towel tube. So we've used these for the handles for our rackets before, but you could hold this paper towel tube with both hands, and we could learn some exercises with it as our equipment today. You could use one of these, an umbrella, if you have an umbrella at home. See how I can hold my umbrella with both hands? That'd be my piece of equipment. So if you have an umbrella, you could try one of those. We also have a towel. Now, is a towel nice and a strong stick like that metal barbell or your umbrella? Not really, but it could still make the same similar shape, and you could use this for your exercises today. So if you haven't had any of those other things, or maybe you'd like to try these with a towel, I just rolled up a towel that you could use. What else do we have? Oh, maybe the adult at home has some golf clubs. So this is a golf club you could use as your piece of your barbell today, as your piece of equipment. So if you have a golf club, or maybe a broom at home. I know most of us like to keep our house nice and clean, so maybe you've got a broom at home that you could use, just the handle, as your barbell for our exercises today. So if you've got a broom at home, you could use that. Now, only if this is new and clean, like this one, maybe a plunger. If you've got a toilet plunger at home that's clean and unused, you could use that today. What else do we have? Or maybe a toy that you have at home that has a long handle at it, like this little popper. I could use this as my barbell today. So it's got one long handle on it, so I could hold it with both hands. You could even use another piece of sports equipment, like if you have a lacrosse stick, or maybe a baseball bat, or even a hockey stick. You could use that as your equipment today, as your barbell. So maybe some sports equipment that you or your brother or sister or adult at home might have. A hard stick that you could hold. And we had a lesson with these earlier in the school year, your pool noodle. So if you've got that pool noodle at home, you could use that for our exercises today. You could even use a big shovel like this one. You want to make sure that the shovel's nice and clean, especially if you're going to be doing this activity inside. And make sure if you're using hard equipment that has metal or sharper points on it, make sure the adult at home says it's okay that you're using this as equipment, because we want to make sure we're safe. What else do we got? You could use a wrapping paper tube. So if you've got wrapping paper at home, you could use that as your barbell weight today. So there's an option for you. And then I also have another little fun toy. So if you've got any of these pieces of equipment at home, you could use that as your barbell exercise today. I've shown you a lot of options, so you should all have at least one of those items at home. And especially if you couldn't find anything that was a hard stick to hold, I showed you that towel. You could do the same thing with like a sweatshirt or a pair of pants. You could roll those up and use that as your barbell. Because we're going to practice some different exercises that you can do with our weighted barbell. So I hope you've got a right piece of equipment. Remember to click completed on this tile. Click to the next tile and we'll go through the first half of our barbell exercises. We'll see you there. Go Hawks!